Or you can text me on 81089, as this knuckle dragger has. Terrible, all these people desperate to get to Britain by any means possible. Boat, lorry, anyway, as long as they can live amongst us. Terrible white racists. Must be awful living amongst us. They must feel so persecuted when they open all their shops and businesses and take over whole areas. I should tell you that that texter, who's oh so terribly English, has made at least 11 spelling mistakes in the English language in their text. And David says, George, a friend of mine, used to work in a branch of well-known pizzeria, which stopped using pork as pizza topping after local Muslims threatened to boycott it. David, get a life. Rupert in Richmond says, I was pleased to see the BNP gain 2 seats at the European elections. Someone has to stick up for us, we who oppose the free flow of foreigners into these islands, and to help stem the flow of immigrants into this country. Time for politicians in this country to get a grip and deport those who are in this country illegally, and further, to restrict the constant flow of illegals who come here. Rupert. I wonder what his ethnicity is. Rupert. It's not exactly a British name, is it? Rupert? There's a touch of the foreigner about it to me. Leroy in Bradford says, I voted BNP, as I feel we need to start this country afresh. Leroy in Bradford. You don't sound all that British, Leroy. Do you know what I'm saying? And Lee in Swansea says, why are we classed as racists if we are proud of being white? We're treated like second-class citizens in our country. Proud of being white. I'd just like to work that out. How can you be, should you be, proud of being white? What's to be proud of being white? It's a colour of skin which darkens in the sun. Lee in Swansea, the only thing I have in common with you is that in the depths of winter I'm the same colour as you, but only then. We don't speak the same language because you're semi-illiterate and can barely speak any language at all. We have no common culture. There is nothing in common between you and me. We just were born by chance on the same little group of islands. That's all. There is nothing in common between me and you. You are an ignorant moron, and I despise you and your views. So don't play the Mr. Britisher with me, Mr. Lee in Swansea. You make me sick. You're entitled to your opinion, we're entitled to ours. We do not slate you off for who you vote for, so why do you slate us off? We are allowed a free vote, says an anonymous texter. I voted BNP, mate. We don't want these immigrants here. Deport them and stop them coming in here as well. We're being overtaken by them. Keep Britain British. If that's racist, so be it. I want to discuss this, Gary, in this next hour, and tomorrow night if we can. What is this Britishness? What are you talking about when you talk about Britishness? I tell you this, mate, you've got nothing in common with me, except for the fact that by peculiar misfortune I was born on the same piece of rock in the middle of the sea as you. That's the only thing I have in common with you. I am born and bred in London. I'm 38 years old. The change in the ethnic and religious makeup of the people during this comparatively short time is enormous. I know it shouldn't matter, but it does. That's why I voted BNP. Well, the great news is that the BNP were a miserable flop in London. They did catastrophically, disastrously badly in London. And I think that there's a lesson in that. And I want to hear from anyone who can give me an explanation as to why in the north the BNP did relatively well, but in the south they did very badly. And yet it's the south that we're always told is bearing the brunt of immigration. Whether from Eastern Europe, from the European Union, or from elsewhere. Mike texts, this is an island, not Europe. If you like Europe that much, go bloody live there. We will be glad to see the back of you. Rule Britannia. Mike, thanks for listening, and thanks for the 50 pence plus normal sending charges. And I've got news for you, Mike, although you're too stupid to know it. Britain is actually a European country. What is Britishness? That is as ridiculous as saying, what is African? What is Asian? This, this is from Caroline, by text. She thinks African is a country. She thinks Asian is a country. She doesn't know that an Asian can be somebody from China or somebody from India. She doesn't know that an African can be somebody from South Africa and somebody from Morocco. She thinks that African is a country and Asian is a country. Caroline, did you go to school? What did we spend all that money trying to educate you? You're illiterate, you're stupid, and you actually think you're superior to other people. That's where I just cannot get my head round that these morons, these ignoramuses, actually think they're superior to Ugo there, the coolest dude in Talksport Towers. You couldn't get cooler, smarter than Ugo. And Caroline thinks she's better than him.